Something happened this week that made global markets panic in a way we haven't seen for months, and almost nobody on television is explaining the real reason. It wasn't just another headline about the Middle East. It wasn't just oil moving higher. What triggered the shock was a single warning from Israel directed at Iran's future leadership, and that warning instantly made investors realize something terrifying. The crisis may not end anytime soon. In fact, it may be just beginning. And if you stay with me for the next few minutes, you will understand why markets reacted so violently, why oil prices jumped overnight, and why the situation could shape the global economy for months ahead. Before we break everything down, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to Counting on Past and Profit. Because on this channel, we connect global history with financial markets, so you can understand what's really moving the economy before everyone else does. Now let's rewind for a moment. Over the past few days, investors around the world were already nervous. Oil prices were climbing, stock markets were unstable, tensions in the Middle East were growing. But then Israel's defense leadership issued a warning aimed directly at Iran's political future. The message was simple and extremely aggressive. Whoever becomes Iran's next supreme leader could be considered a target. That one statement changed how investors around the world interpreted the crisis. Markets don't react just to war. Markets react to uncertainty. And what this warning created was something far worse than a short conflict. It created the possibility of a long leadership crisis inside one of the most important countries in the global oil system. Iran is not just another country involved in regional politics. Iran sits on some of the largest oil reserves on Earth. It also borders the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway where roughly 1/5 of the world's oil supply passes every day. If anything disrupts stability there, the entire global economy feels the shock almost immediately. That's exactly why markets reacted so quickly. Oil jumped sharply, energy companies rallied. But global stocks struggled because investors suddenly had to consider a new possibility. What if Iran enters a prolonged political crisis instead of quickly stabilizing under new leadership? This is where history becomes extremely important. When major countries lose centralized leadership during a geopolitical conflict, the situation rarely resolves quickly. Instead, it often follows a pattern that economists and historians have seen multiple times over the last few decades. First, there is a leadership vacuum. When a central authority disappears, the entire political system begins scrambling to replace it. In some countries, this process is quick and orderly. In others, it becomes chaotic and dangerous because different factions compete for power. Second, outside powers often interfere during this fragile moment. Rival countries understand that preventing a stable leadership transition can keep a nation weak and divided. And when that happens, the crisis stretches longer and longer. Third comes prolonged instability. Instead of one strong government making decisions, power becomes fragmented. Different groups pull the country in different directions. Policy decisions slow down, security deteriorates, and global markets begin pricing in long-term uncertainty. Finally comes the economic impact. When a strategically important country remains unstable, supply chains break, energy prices surge, investment collapses, and the ripple effects spread across the global economy. We've seen this pattern before. Iraq experienced years of instability after its leadership structure collapsed in the early 2000s. Libya has struggled with political fragmentation for more than a decade after its regime fell. Afghanistan also went through decades of instability where governments existed but struggled to control the country effectively. Each of these situations created massive economic consequences locally and internationally. But the reason Iran is different is because of oil. Iran plays a critical role in global energy markets. If internal political instability interrupts production or disrupts shipping routes through the Persian Gulf, oil prices react immediately. And when oil prices rise quickly, the entire world economy feels the pressure. Higher oil prices increase transportation costs, raise manufacturing expenses, and reduce consumer spending power. Airlines pay more for jet fuel. Shipping companies pay more for diesel. Farmers pay more for fertilizer and equipment. Eventually, those higher costs reach consumers through higher prices on everyday goods. This is why energy shocks often lead to economic slowdowns or even recessions. And investors understand this pattern extremely well. When the warning from Israel suggested that Iran's leadership transition could become dangerous or prolonged, investors immediately began repositioning. Energy companies started gaining attention because higher oil prices benefit producers. Defense companies also attracted interest because geopolitical tensions often increase military spending. At the same time, sectors that depend heavily on stable energy prices began facing pressure. Airlines, travel companies, and transportation firms are especially sensitive to oil price spikes. If energy remains expensive for too long, those industries struggle to maintain profits. Gold also started attracting attention again. Historically, when investors fear geopolitical instability or economic turbulence, they move money into assets perceived as safe stores of value. Gold has played that role for centuries. All of this repositioning is not random. It reflects how institutional investors react when geopolitical risk suddenly increases. But here's the key question. Everyone is asking right now, will this crisis escalate or will it stabilize? There are several possible scenarios. The most optimistic scenario is a relatively quick leadership transition inside Iran. If the country successfully appoints a new leader and political stability returns, markets could calm down. Oil prices would likely fall back to more normal levels, and global stocks could recover. A second scenario is a slower transition. In this case, political negotiations inside Iran take time, but eventually a new leadership structure forms. Markets would remain volatile during that process, but the global economy could adjust gradually. The third scenario is the one investors fear the most. That is a prolonged leadership struggle combined with continued geopolitical pressure. If that happens, uncertainty could persist for months or even years. Oil prices would likely remain elevated and global markets would experience repeated volatility. Right now, nobody knows which scenario will unfold. But the reason markets reacted so strongly is because the probability of the worst scenario suddenly increased. This is exactly why understanding history matters in financial markets. Investors who recognize patterns early can prepare their portfolios before the full economic impact appears. For example, during periods of geopolitical uncertainty, many investors shift part of their portfolios toward defensive sectors, such as healthcare, utilities, and consumer staples. These industries tend to remain stable because people continue using their products regardless of economic conditions. Others increase exposure to commodities or precious metals as protection against inflation and market volatility. And some simply reduce overall risk until the geopolitical situation becomes clearer. What matters most is recognizing that markets are forward-looking. They move based on expectations about the future, not just events happening today. That's exactly what happened this week. The market wasn't reacting only to the present situation. It was reacting to the possibility of a longer-term geopolitical shift that could reshape energy markets and economic stability worldwide. And this story is still unfolding. Over the next several days, investors will watch several key signals very closely. Oil prices will remain one of the most important indicators. If oil continues climbing, it suggests markets expect prolonged instability. If prices begin falling again, it may signal that investors believe tensions will ease. Political developments inside Iran will also be critical. Any sign of a clear leadership transition could calm markets quickly. But delays or internal divisions could increase uncertainty. Statements from global powers will also matter. Diplomatic pressure, negotiations, or attempts to reduce tensions could influence how this situation evolves. What's clear right now is that global markets have entered a new phase of sensitivity to geopolitical risk. Investors are paying close attention to every headline because the economic consequences could be significant. And this is exactly why channels like Past and Profit Eyed exist. Our goal is not just to report what happened. Our goal is to explain why it matters and how history helps us understand what might happen next. Because when you connect geopolitics, history, and financial markets together, the bigger picture becomes much clearer. Now I want to hear your perspective. Do you think this crisis will stabilize quickly, or could it become a long-term geopolitical struggle that reshapes the global economy? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because these discussions help everyone understand different viewpoints. And if you found this breakdown helpful, share this video with someone who follows global markets. Make sure you subscribe to Past and Profit. For more deep analysis, connecting world events with economic trends, the situation is still evolving, and the next few weeks could reveal whether markets overreacted or whether this was just the beginning of a much larger economic shift.